In fact, we are, I don't know if you know this is a little science lesson. You know, I used to be a teacher. So the little science lesson is we are drawing close to the equinox. Now, you can even drop in the comment box if you know what the equinox is. Even though we're talking about math today, you might know what the equinox means. So anyway, we have 2 times a year we have the equinox, and we have 2 times a year that we have the solstice. So let's just see what you know about that. So we are here today to talk a little more about Math Flip Flop Frenzy, because we are going to create a lot of frenzy today, and talking about 2 different games that we're working on concurrently. So show you our book that we have. This is where it all came together. This is the Math Flip Flop Frenzy Level Up book. This is where you have all of the instructions for the variations and versions of the game. So this is amazing for all levels of learners. So we have in here, I dedicate this to my students at White Cliffs, because they helped me put this book together, or actually tested all of these versions of the game. So these are, you can see the levels of learning that can happen. We have kindergartners, 3rd graders, 4th grade, 5th grade, and then 6th and up. So we have all different levels of learners. Now, the awesome thing about the book is that the game is because you can have students who are at this level in their math skills playing with students who are at this level. And then you can also have them playing with students who are at this level. Okay, 6th and up. So everybody can play at the same time, working in their own particular skill level. Now, the other thing that I did was create score sheet books, because as I was working through the whole process of putting this program together, I know as a teacher what helped me. So I put together a score sheet book. So if you're a teacher and you're only working with kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, you're in the lower elementary, this score sheet book is for you. You don't need to have the advanced version of extra score sheets laying around that are not usable for you. So I have the basic version of the score sheet book for the basic levels of the game. So basic A, 2, 2, 1, and 0 gets into some multiplication. And then I created the advanced score sheet book for the learners who are 6th and 7th and 8th grade. Even 5th grade probably falls in this category. So we're going to be working on a few games, 1 game from the beginner's book, and then we'll also be working on a game from the advanced book today. So here we go. We are in the middle of 2 games, and let me see. Put this up here. We are in the 2-2-1 version of the game. And I was talking yesterday, I was doing some videos, so I have my dice kind of in different places, but I'll fix that. Okay, we are in the middle of 2-2-1. I shouldn't say the middle. We're in the beginning phases of the 2-2-1 version. Now, let me explain a little bit about it. We have 2 pair of dice, and I was talking about some dice have just the number written on it. Some dice have the pips, and the pips, kids can use those as counters. It might help when they're just beginning math. They could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 4. So 4, 3, 2, 1. So however you want to teach them how to count. So that is a great way to have the pips. Otherwise, you could just do the numbers, and they can easily set up their equations, 3 minus 2 or 3 plus 2. Now, let's see where we are. So player number 1 has the 5 down from, I was so busy helping people yesterday on Math Flip Flop Frenzy, but I completely did not have time to go live. So I skipped 1 day out of the 60-some days since I've been going live since June 16th, I believe. Yesterday was the first day that I missed, besides my travel day when I was in New York. But other than that, we've been live every day. So let's just see. The player number 1 has down the 5. We're going to go ahead and roll something for every player 2 times today so we can get a few equations done. And it is a 1 and a 1, a 3 and a 2. So in recording, it's important, especially for the younger students, that their score sheet is exactly the way you want to collect the data. I always say collect data because we need those points. So if the admin comes in and they see you playing a game. How is this benefiting the students and what are you doing? So a way that you can also monitor your students' thinking, and you have an easy thing that you can grade. Now, if you haven't joined me on my YouTube channel yet, this is a good time for you to do that. And also, I will be giving you teacher tip sheet. I've given out a 10 tip sheet for parents, but now I'm going to be giving you, so this will be coming. So if you want that worksheet and you're a teacher, just drop in the comment box, I want the teacher's guide. So extra ideas. So here you can do a pair 3 and 2 and a 1 and a 1. So how this works is they have to do pairs of numbers. So we have a 3 and a 2 and a 1 and a 1. So this has to equal an equation. So 3 plus 2 equals 5, or 3 minus 2 equals 1. Now the other pair is 1 plus 1 equals 2, or 1 minus 1 equals 0. So now we know that we have these equations that we can create. Now, we can't do 2 minus 5 or 0 minus 5, so we know that that's not going to be an equation option. But we can go the other direction. So I always taught the students, let's just go this way. So we're going to go 3 plus 2. Now, it's important that they always write the whole equation and not just do 5 minus 2 or 5 plus 2. You have to write the whole thing. So 5 plus 1 plus 1 equals, so 5 plus 1 equals 7. Now you're going to do the same thing, 3 plus 2, and this time you're going to do the other pair, which is 1 minus 1, which is 0, so it's going to be 5. Now we've done the 2 pair options for this number because we've done this one and this one. Now we're going to move to this one. We'll do the 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 plus 1 plus 1 equals 1 plus 2 equals 3. And then we'll do the other one, the 3 minus 2 again. Now this is important. You teach your students because now we added it this time, and we're going to add 1 minus 1 equals 1 plus 0 equals 1. Now we didn't have to just do the plus here. We could have done the minus. So let's try one with the minus. So 3 plus 2 minus 1 plus 1 equals 5 minus 2 is 3. And then we can do the other one. 3 plus 2 minus 1 minus 1 equals 5 minus 0 is still 5. But see, it is the opposite now because we're subtracting it. Here we were adding it. So it didn't matter because this is going to be 0, 0, but it just shows the difference in the equation. Now we can do the same thing, the 3 minus 2, and you can see they can continue on. You, as the young kids, you're not going to want them to do all of these options. Minus, oh, we can't do that one because it would be 1 minus. So we can do this pair though. 1 minus 1 equals, so 1 minus 0 is 1. Now we haven't done where this pair is first because you don't always have to do this side first. You could do this side first. So let's do that. 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2. Now, when you're teaching, what are you teaching in this particular lesson? You're probably talking about the commutative property. So just a different order of the numbers, you're going to get the same result. So the commutative property, so 2 plus 5, so 2 plus 5 equals 7. So this equation and this one is the same. They're just in the opposite order. So just talking about that. Commutative property only works in addition because you can't have a commutative property of this one because it's a subtraction problem. So we're just talking about adding. You can reverse the order of the numbers. Okay, now let's look at the next one. We could do 1 plus 1 first, and then plus 3 minus 2 equals 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this equation is now the same as this one. Okay, so you can see how these two are the exact same, just in a different order. So if you're talking about commutative property, here's a way that you can really drive that concept home. So now look at all these options. I'm not going to continue with the rest, but this way you can put down the 1, 3, 5, or 7. 1, 3, 5, or 7. So let's see what they have. This player has the 5 is already down. So they can choose one of the other numbers. So we're going to go ahead and go with this one because it's just cool to put the lower numbers first. So let's put that. They transfer it to the front. Now we have 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 equals. Now they have to put the parentheses. So here's a good opportunity for you to teach that. If you're a homeschool teacher or even at home, just make sure that it equals what you say it's going to. Because this is all plus, you wouldn't have had to have the parentheses, but we have to have them because we're working with pairs. So this has to equal this has to equal a number, and that has to equal a number. So 2 plus 5 equals 7. 7. So we're going to put down the 7 for this player. Okay, that was a lot of teaching, a lot of things, and I wanted to show that to you because this is where the real value of this game, this version of the game, comes into play. Yesterday, player 2 had a 6 and a 4 and a 6 and a 4. So let's see what happens for player 2 this time. Isn't that crazy? I just said they have the same thing. And today, the same thing, a 4-3 and a 4-3, which is different, but they're the same. So the same pair. So yesterday, they had a 6-4 and a 6-4. And today, they have a 4-3 and a 4-3. So the crazy thing is it's not going to have as many equations as you could create here because your pairs are the same on both sides. So a 4 and a 3 and a 4 and a 3. We'll just put this on here and I'll go to the next player so that they can be doing some work also. So if you're online live and you want to drop in the comment box that you are going to be player number 2, let me know that. I'm going to see if I can pull up my YouTube, my live feed. Let's see what's happening over here. Close. All right, I work on this a little bit. There we go. Oh, it's showing that I'm live. Let's see what's happening. Don't know if I can see comments. I'll say no, it's not made for kids. Oh, there we go. I'm working on a few things. It's a little bit behind over here. But cool. All right. I don't know if I can see. I'll have to get better at finding out where everyone is. Okay. Okay, I'll have to increase my bandwidth perhaps. I'm not sure about that. Okay, so I'm going to continue on, just trying to see if I could see what's happening over here. And I can. That's cool. Oh, I can make this full screen. There we go. It is a little bit behind, but that's okay. Okay. Here we go. 4-3, 4-3. Next player. We are on player number 3. And they have a 5 and a 2 and a 2 and a 2. Okay, so this player has a 5-2 and a 2-2. Trying to figure out what's happening. Go off of full screen. Multiply and think it through. Find the best move just for you. Plan ahead, be bold, be brave. All flaps down, win the game. Okay, sorry for the quiet time over there. I'll just deal with that later. Okay, we have a 5-2 and a 2-2. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the back for player number 3. I didn't do any work for this player yesterday. 5-3 and a 3-1. 5-3, 3-1. And then today is a 5-2 and a 2-2. I'll have to check the video and see if anything happened for them. So 8, we're going to have to subtract 3 plus 1. So this could be 8 minus 4. Oops, I'm not showing you. That could be 8 minus 4 is 4. We'll just go ahead and, just in lieu of time, go ahead and choose that one. And then we have 5 plus 2 minus 2 minus 2. Let's do that one. So we have 7 minus 0 is 7. So this player has down a 7 and a 4. Now let's move on to player 4. Yesterday had a 2-1 and a 6-1. And let's see what numbers they are going to get today. Oops, let's pick all of those up. And we have 2 1s, a 5 and a 4. So 2 1s, a 5 and a 4, and a 1 1. And yesterday they had 7 minus 3, a 4. And let's work on their equation for today. 5 4 and a 1 1. 5 4 and a 1 1. Let's put the book up here. So I'm working directly in the workbook just to make it easier to keep track of all of the score sheets in one place for all of the players. So if you're the teacher and you just want to give everybody their own workbook, there are enough score sheets in here for your player to play this game 32 times. There are 32 copies of the score sheets in here for each of the games. That way I had it set up for group of 4 could play the game 8 times throughout the year. So that would give you 8 plays with 4 players. If you want to give each person their own, they can play this BB version, this 2-2-1 version, 32 times. Okay, so we have 5 plus 4 equals 9. And then we have 1 plus 1 equals 2. Then the opposite side is 5 minus 4 is 1. And then 1 minus 1 equals 0. Now we know, I always do the cross thing, so 9 and 0, 9 and 2, 2 and 1, but you can't do 2 minus 9, and you can't do 0 minus 9. So this one is only going to be able to use, it eliminates some of the opportunity for equations, but there's still plenty of things for them to do. So 5 plus 4 minus 1 plus 1. Now, because I'm an adult, I know that if I added that, it's going to equal 11. So I'm not going to be able to add that one, but I can subtract it. So 9 minus 2 equals 7. But I could do the opposite one, 5 plus 4 minus 1 minus 1 equals 9 minus 0 is 9. Then we could do the 5 minus 4 starting with the 1, 5 minus 4, which is 1. And we could add the 2 plus 1 plus 1. So now we have 1 plus 2 equals 3. Now we have a 7, 9, and a 3. And we could also get the 1 in here. We could do 5 minus 4 minus 1 minus 1. So now we have 1 minus 0 equals 1. So now we have all odd numbers that can be flipped down. But this gives the player, number 4, an opportunity to put down another flap. We have a 1, 3, 9, or 7 that they can put down. So I'll let player 4 put in the comments which one they would like to do. We're going to go ahead and go back and do another roll and then see what comments I get, and perhaps we can go ahead and have another round. Oh, here we go. This player is here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and not do that. So we're just going to do one round because I spent a lot of time teaching on this game today. So I want to move into our next game that we're doing some teaching on. So I'm just going to take this game. The great thing about this Shut the Box Math Flip Flap Frenzy Level Up game is because the box is easy to store, easy to get out. It's self-containing. You just need the dice. And the next day, let's say I put everything away because we didn't have time to finish the game in class or at home, then you just say, okay, well, player number 1 had down the 5 and the 7, so I can just reset the game. So whatever equation, whatever numbers were down the next day, you can just reset the board. So it's easy enough to set back up, and I use this a lot in class, and that's what we do is like find the same players you were with yesterday, and we're going to finish the game. So that's a great thing about this game. All right, let's move on to the next version of the game that we were playing yesterday. And this does not involve any 12-sided dice. We only have the 4 10-sided. This is the first time that we're introducing 4 dice. Well, we did a little bit in the 0 version. They started out with 3 and then moved into 4 dice. So now they can multiply, add, subtract, or divide these 4 numbers. So all 4 numbers have to be used in the equation. And then the thing that was added, that if doubles are rolled, the player gets to draw the mystery card. This is the first time in the more advanced version of the game that the mystery cards are added for more fun. The beginning level, I kept it really simple because we don't need the distraction when students are still really learning the basics and working on their fluency. So I wanted to make sure that the doubles are the first place that the mystery cards are added. Okay, what happened here? First day, no double. You can see this player has rolled doubles every day. Now, the cool thing about doubles is because if doubles are rolled, all of these, that was double doubles, that if double doubles are rolled, you get to draw 2 mystery cards. But if doubles are rolled, you circle it, draw the mystery card. But today, this player has a 5, 4, 3, 2. 5, 4, 3, and a 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do the math for this, work on some equations. Now, don't forget, in the objective, students need to have this written down. I can flip all the numbers down using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division to remind you what things can you do to make this happen. So numbers today for this player, 5, 4, 3, and 2. I can multiply, add, subtract, divide. It doesn't matter. Now, let's talk about this. 3 of these numbers are prime. The 5, the 3, and the 2. 2 is the only prime number that's even. All the rest of them are odds. And a prime number, if you don't know, if you do know, go ahead and drop that in the comment box and see what your knowledge is. And then let's see what other cool things that we can do. We know that 4 is divisible by 2 because 2 times 2 is 4. That's it. Everything else is prime. So let's just try this. What if we did 5 times 4? Ooh, who would have thought of that? Divided by 3 plus 2. Now, I've just created, we have to add that together, so it has to have parentheses because we can't go 20 divided by 3, but we can do 20 divided by 5. So that would equal 4. Now, if the goal in class is to use, of the 4 operations, you want to have at least 3 in the equation. So this qualifies, you have the multiplication, division, and the addition. You can't do more than that because you only have 4 numbers. Okay, let's see. What if I did 4? Ooh, we could do 4 times 2 minus 5 plus 3. Now, 8 minus 5 is 3 plus 3. Now, let's look at this if we don't do the parentheses. So 4 times 2 minus, now let's do it this way, plus 3. Actually, we'll have to make that a divide. Okay. Now, what is the difference? So here, 4 times 2 is 8 minus 5 is 3 plus 3 equals 6. If we did 4 times 2 minus 5 plus 3 in parentheses, then we have equals 0. So you make sure that we didn't want those parentheses because otherwise it wouldn't equal 6. But just by putting parentheses, look how it changed. But if we did 4 times, we can't use that one, but I want to show you the difference. 4 times 2 is 8 divided by 8. Okay, now we can have a flap down because that's going to equal 1. And we did multiplication, division, and addition. So that qualifies if I needed 3 different operations in the equation. Okay, let's see, what else can we do? What about 3 times 2 is 6? Let's see what cool thing we can do there. 5 plus 4. Ooh, now we have 9. Oh, look at this. I'm going to get another division because I know that 9 is divisible by 3. So I'm going to put parentheses around that. Divided by 3. Now, just see how excited it is. It's like, oh, look at what I just did. I have a 9 that I can divide by 3. And now I have a 3 and I have a 2 left. Plus 2. Equals 3 plus 2 is 5. Now look at this. I could put down a 1, a 6, a 4, a 5. And that's why you have to teach the students, don't ever give up, because you get to control the outcome. This is where the critical thinking comes in, and all the analytical skills of all the great things that can happen with these numbers. And all I did was wrote down 5 plus 4, and it's like, oh, look at that, it's divisible by 3. Now, what if I did the same thing, 5 plus 4 divided by 3 minus 2? Maybe I was looking over at my board and I needed to really get down the 1. So now I have 9 divided by 3 is 3, minus 2 is 1. So that same thing, just by changing that, I have a different answer. Okay, and this is what's great about using this game in class, and how it's different than all of the other math games that I ever tried in the classroom. Some of them are just so hard to set up, and they're loud and takes a lot of training. And once you get through the beginning levels, you can say, which version of the game do you want to play today, and see which ones the students choose. Okay, let's go to the next player. And I think that player is going to go ahead and choose the, what numbers are down? The 7, 1, 3, and 8. Not the 7. The 8, 1, 3, 4. Okay. This player is going to choose the 5. Okay. I'll just go ahead and circle that and go to the next player. So it's important that the actions are done, because if somebody gets a mystery card and they're going to inflict pain or the frenzy on the next player, that player has to be finished with their turn before the mystery card is drawn. And we do have doubles for player number 1 or 2. It's just had to switch places now. This is now player 2. Double 2s. Just the same. Ooh, same as the last time. Have a small problem. Just a moment. Okay. Sometimes I turn this thing around so much that it loses its, the clamp loses its traction here. So I'm going to tighten this back up so it stops falling off. Here we go. Okay, back to this. And we have 2 2s, a 6, and a 3. Oh, look at how lovely those numbers are together. I just love this. Why is that? As a math teacher, and even when you get more fluent in your math, you're going to just say, oh, I can see this. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 is divisible by 2 and 3. 2 and 2 multiplied is 4. 4 times 3 is 12 divided by 6. There's so many things with these numbers because they all work together to create so many great equations. Now, in the rules, before you can complete your turn, you have to draw the mystery card. So let's see if there's any frenzy that's going to happen in this double for this player over here. Can't talk until your next turn. Well, that's going to be a problem for me. I'm leading the game. So whoever this is, good thing you're on mute and not live, because you can't talk until your next turn. All right, that would be tomorrow, so we'll make sure that happens. Now, in class, students love that because mum's the word was a hard concept for them. All right, so some cool equations are going to happen for player 2 with 6 times 2 is 12, divided by 3 is 4, times 2 is 8, or 4 plus 2 is 6, or 6 times 3 is 18, divided by 2 is 9, minus 2 is 7. There's just so many great things with those numbers, that multiplying, dividing, adding and subtracting those. There's going to be a plethora of numbers that can turn down. So probably tomorrow during the lives, I'll show you all of the equations. I mean, not all, but a good chunk of equations that were written by player number 1. Let's move on to player number 3. Yesterday, doubles again. This player has had doubles 2 times, so double zeros both times. And let's go ahead and see what they're going to get today. Now, if a mystery card is drawn, and it's going to create some frenzy, player number 2 is going to have to go ahead and complete their turn so that we know what number was down. And we have double 3s. Looks like it's a potential that player number 2 is going to have to finish their turn. Let's write this down. So the rules say you circle the double. Now, doubles. Who would have thought with 10-sided dice you could get this many doubles? And all the players have had an amazing amount of, whoops, not 2 7s, that's going to be a 3. and a 3. Oh, I can't do that. Can't circle the doubles like that. Okay, so double 3s. And let's draw the mystery card and see what kind of frenzy might happen for the players today. Come on, be something nice. Compliment everyone at the table. Hey, good job. I like your equation. I like your thinking on that. Good job. You look beautiful today. Thanks for showing up today. I love your thinking on that. Whatever you want to compliment them for. And kids are really great about throwing out the compliments, so that was really good. All right, so doubles on that player. Now, if some frenzy is going to happen from player 4, player 2 and 3 are going to have to complete their turn before they can inflict their pain if it need be. Now, look at this. This player has had doubles every round. So double 4s and then 2s and then 1s and then 9s. So let's see if player 4 gets to have doubles today. Here we go. No. Yes, 2 9s. How is that possible? 2 9s, a 0, and a 7. 2 9s, a 0, and a 7. 2 9s. Again, 2 9s were yesterday. I shouldn't say yesterday because that's the day that I was so busy with Math Flip Flap Frenzy that I did not make it to my own call. Thank you for all the people who were inquiring about Math Flip Flap Frenzy at that moment. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We got to circle the 9s and draw the mystery card. Please, let's not inflict any frenzy because all the other players still have to complete their turn. Let's see what you got. Meow like a cat 1 time, then purr for 10 seconds. Meow, meow. Some of them just go meow, meow, like they're talking to you. And then, interesting fun fact about this one is there are many students that did not know how to purr. So we had a lot of fun with that. Here we go. No inflicted pain from any of the mystery cards today. And I say pain, frenzy, because sometimes you have to trade places or play rock, paper, scissors, or you get to put down 2 numbers that equal something because A plus B equals something. So we're going to go back and do just one. Let's see. Let's go to player number 5, 5, 4, 3. This one was done. So 5 plus 4 divided by 3 plus 2. So 9 divided by 3 is 3 plus 2 equals 5. So this player flipped down the 5. So I always like to have the students circle which one they did in case they forgot to put it over here. They knew all the work which one they had chosen. Okay, now player number 1 gets to work out a 2, 2, 6. Oh, this is the one. It's going to be so much fun. Now, again, let's look at these numbers. 7, 3, 3. What is the thread about this one? We know that 3 and 3 are prime numbers, as is 7. So sometime I think instead of doing Math Flip Flap Frenzy, putting down a flap, I'm going to do a whole lesson out on how to find your prime numbers. It's kind of fun. Maybe we'll do one little short clip on that and then finish finding all the primes throughout it takes about 10 or so rounds before you find all your prime numbers. It's kind of fun. Okay, we could do 3 times 3 is 9. You have 7 times 3 is 21. You could do 7 times 3 is 21 divided by 3 is back to 7 minus 4. You could do 7 times 7 plus 3 divided by 3 is 1. So there'd be 8 minus 4. You could go 8 divided by 4 is 2. So there's so many outcomes that you can get just by those numbers, even though they're prime. Okay, let's look at this player. We're going to do the 2, 2, 6, 3. How fun is this one? And yeah, I know that my students would always go, Miss Jacobson, your idea of fun and my idea of fun is not the same thing. So, but let's just see what we have. Double 2s, 2, 2, 6, 3. This song playing over here, I leveled up my thinking, hooray. That's what I'm thinking, hooray. I got these great numbers. So let's see, what was I talking about? We got 6 times 2 is 12 divided by 3. Okay, we could leave it that way. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Let's see, so we need one more 2. 4 plus 2. Now we could do 6 times 2 divided by 3 minus 2. Then we could do 6 times 2 divided by 3 times 2. Okay, so now what do we have? Oops, this is a times. What if we could do 6 divided by 2?
that equals 3. And then we have to do plus 3. So 3 plus 3 is 9 plus 2. But look at all these. So we got divided by, we got multiplying. We could do subtraction. Now, if you're working with your students, and obviously they're going to be the upper level because we're in doubles, let's just finish some of this. 6 times 2 is 12, divided by 3 is 4, plus 2 equals 6. 6 times 2 is 12, divided by 3 is 4, minus 2 equals 2. 6 times 2 divided by 3 times 2. So now we have 12 divided by 6 equals 2. And then we have 3 plus 3 is 9 plus 2. Oops. Maybe we better do 3 plus... Oh, yeah, 3 plus 3 is 6. Come on, Kimberly. That wasn't 9. I didn't say multiply. 6 divided by 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 2 equals 8. Now we have a 6, 2, 2, and 8. Let's do 6 divided by 2. Again, that's 3. Divided by 3. What if we did that? That'd be 1 plus 2. Now, do we need parentheses? No, we have to do it in order. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, divided by 3 is 1, plus 2 equals 3. This just really helps them understand, do I need parentheses or not? Is it going to change the outcome? What if I did 3 plus 5? That's going to be the same. 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay, plus 2. Okay, that all stayed the same. What if I did 6 divided by 6 times 3? That's 18 divided by 2. Now we have a 9. Where in the world did this 9 come from? Minus 2 equals 7. Wow, who would have thought that? 6 times 3 divided by 2 divided by 2. Now we have a 1. Now we have 18 divided by 2 is 9. Oh, we can't do that because we have 9. We can only do, and we can't add it. So this one is not a good equation. A good thing I talked it out, right? Okay, yeah, the only way I'd have to do that is because we're doing the 6 times 3. So that one did not work. But that's how you explore and try these out. Now let's do a 3 times, we did a 3 times 2 here. How about we did a 6 times 2. We did a 6 divided by 2. How about a 3 times 2 times 2? 3 times 2 times 2. Now what do we have? We have 6 times 2 is 12 minus 6 equals 6. So we have another one that equals 6. So lots of great things. So we can put down a 2, a 3, a 7, a 8, or a 6. So lots of things that we can happen just in these prime numbers, with the exception of the 6, because it's divisible by 2 and 3. And 2 times 2 is 4.